Yo guys, welcome back to another awesome video, and today's movie review is going to be of Beetlejuice 2. So Beetlejuice 2 is obviously the sequel to the 1988 film Beetlejuice, as we have 30 years later and Beetlejuice is back in action. He kind of sort of teams up with Lydia Deeds as they go on this kind of somewhat ghostly, spectral adventure throughout the world of the undead. So this movie is directed by Tim Burton. I feel like we all know what Tim Burton is known for and capable of with Nightmare Before Christmas, Batman, the original Beetlejuice, Sweeney Todd, and so many other, I feel in my opinion, iconic and classic movies from his filmography and just film in general. Because to me, I feel like some of the movies that he's made are considered like classics and iconic, like top 100 movies, especially Beetlejuice in my opinion, and it's still one of my favorites to this day. And the idea of this movie having a sequel has existed for years. There's been so many scrapped scripts and ideas of this sequel. Like there was one where it was going to be called Beetlejuice 2, Beetlejuice Goes Hawaii or Goes Vacation or something crazy like that, and that was back in like 1990, 1991 it would have been released. Something like that, but still, the idea of Beetlejuice 2 has been in the zeitgeist for years and been talks, and people have been wanting it and asking for it. And finally, after like 36 years, I want to say it is, 36 years later, we finally have one. And I didn't have a lot of expectations. I just needed it to at least have the same energy as the original movie. If they can capture that, great. And I basically got my wish because it has that same energy. It feels like Burton. I don't want to sound like I'm overly hyping this or making this more than it seems to be, because so far I am in the minority when it comes to, to reviews. A lot of people are bashing it, and I understand where everyone's at, but for whatever reason, I feel like it feels like to me that 2024 is like the year of me being a minority, where everyone's like not crazy about a lot of movies, but yet here I am standing and I'm loving almost everything that everyone is saying otherwise about. I really enjoyed Argyle a ton. Other critics and reviewers didn't like it. I thought at least Ghostbusters Frozen Empire was pretty good. Others hated it, and then same goes for Beetlejuice 2. It gave me that energy again. It felt like it captured the energy of the original perfectly. Sound like this movie is entirely perfect, but I kind of can see that, yeah, Burton feels like he's kind of back in his shoes again. And it definitely helped with the cast, because I mean, Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice, no one else can play this character. He is Beetlejuice. He just slips into this role like a slipper or like a glove. He kills it every second. He's electrifying. I love that he kind of has worked his way up, because we see him now, he's operating like a little office business job, and I'm thinking to myself, way to go. After 36 years later of waiting in that waiting room, you finally made it up in the world. I think that's great. Everyone else does a really fine job, with Catherine O'Hara, of course, Winona Ryder, Jenna Ortega. Willem Dafoe is a fantastic highlight. I love every little aspect, and give me Dafoe any day. Give me Michael Keaton, give me Willem Dafoe, give me both those actors any day, and I feel like you give me those and it's like chef's kiss with those guys, with how they perform and how well they just get into and sink into their roles. I think Dafoe's character is just perfect. It kind of almost self-deprecates him a little bit, since he has gone on record. He's done his own stunts and prefers to do his own stunts. So I think that's pretty awesome, since his character is a stunt actor and does his own action sequences, and he is an actor pretending to be a cop. So I think that's awesome. A lot of the practical effects are here and lively, and everything's vibrant and filled with so much energy. It feels very much right. It feels like this is a concept done right, because there are those movies that they were done so many years ago that they get a 30 years later sequel. It's one of those times that it rarely works for me, because like I know there's not many, but there are some that have done that. This one, I think, for me was just the right amount of Beetlejuice, and it kept him to the roots of his character, have him be just so sleazy, have him be so perverted, but also be very just dry, but also just chaotic. It's everything you'd expect from a Beetlejuice sequel, or at least what I expected. I know maybe some people might have had higher expectations. Maybe it was because of the weight of how long it's been and so many years ordeal. I don't know, but I can see where people were coming from. But I, on the other hand, I really love this movie a lot. if I had maybe some nitpicks about the film, I would have to say that maybe there are some like other subplots that maybe just felt like kind of a little quick, and you'll miss it, like glimpses. Like there's something with this boy that has a crush on Astrid, Jenna Ortega's character, or there's something with the father, Astrid's father being dead and missing, and then all of a sudden, hey, we reunited, and it's kind of quick. Or one that I would say is kind of like not a huge problem, but Justin Theroux, he's kind of very just like, he's okay. At first I was starting to enjoy him, but then the more sleazier he became, I was more not like vibing with him. Maybe if I really wanted to be picky, there's no Gina Davis and Alec Baldwin, but maybe that's for the better because yeah, it's hard to kind of talk about Baldwin nowadays, so maybe it's for the better that he wasn't in this movie, along with Gina Davis. But also there's one censored F-bomb which makes zero sense because early on in the movie he says fucker, but yet he can't say the word fuck. He couldn't say it twice. But then again, PG-13, you can only use the F-bomb once in a PG-13 film. If you use it more than once, then it becomes R-rated. So I guess that kind of makes sense, even though the first movie was PG and it had this right here.
Nice fucking model!
Ratings have changed. I loved all the practical effects. I loved seeing the underworld more and seeing all these dead people and seeing how they all died. It's just felt very just right. So I am going to give Beetlejuice 2. I am going to give it a solid A. Also, not too much of a nitpick, but I don't like, am I the only one that doesn't like Beetlejuice as the title, and it should have just been Beetlejuice 2? And I know that they did that on purpose, because if we get a third movie, it'll be called Beetlejuice, and you'll have his name 3 times show up on the poster. But if I'm being honest, people, Burton's, like, no offense to Burton, but Burton's the type of guy that's not going to do a trilogy. He didn't do that with Batman. He didn't do that with Nightmare Before Christmas. He's not going to do that with this movie. So if he does, great. Then he breaks his curse. But it's like this ongoing thing of Burton being like, I don't do trilogies, I don't do sequels, but some I do more than others. Like Batman he did, and he didn't do Alice in Wonderland, and some other ones. But I think it's mainly just Batman and Beetlejuice. But I don't see him doing a trilogy. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Did you guys like Beetlejuice 2? Did you guys hate it? And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please smash the like button. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe to awesome videos every day, if not every week. Make sure you ring that bell, doing new videos every day of the week. Share the video with family, friends, all the good stuff for more. Leave suggestions down in the comments. You name it. I'll look to do as best as possible. I got a few more movie review ideas for my 5th annual October month, Halloween month, horror month, whatever it is. And if you guys have any in particular, let me know as well. And I will look into those maybe this year, or I'll even consider them next year. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.